Welcome back to Red Hot Wrestling. Today is that day where we have to talk about CM Punk. We just got to. Um, yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess. He's completely messed up Tony Khan's plans all all outs in terms of Ricky Starks because I can't imagine the plan was Ricky Steamboat versus Ricky Starks in a fucking strap match. Because who the fuck wants to see that? Now, it's not confirmed if Punk is going to be at All Out or if he's not, but I personally don't think he will be. I don't see it. If he's not on Collision, he's not going to be at All Out. So we shall see what happens there. But yeah, we're gonna talk about Punk today, get into everything and why I think Punk is truly the problem. And I defended him for the incident at All Out last year. This incident in particular, I cannot defend, and we're gonna get into that. Before we do, like, comment, share, subscribe, click the notification bell so you're notified when I upload. Let's get straight into it. And if you don't know what happened, where have you been? Because if you're a wrestling fan, how could you not know what happened? But I will just give a quick recap on what did happen at All In. So basically, this all started with Jack Perry wanting to use Road Class in a segment he had on Collision, I believe, and he didn't get it approved by management. He went to Punk, and they didn't approve it either. He didn't approve it either, and clearly Jack Perry wasn't happy about it. But I think the response by Punk was along the lines of, "We don't do that here. You can do that on Wednesday," something like that. He wasn't happy, so he has a match against Hook at All In on the pre-show, and there's a big limo there because I think he had a first entrance, right? And they're fighting on the limo, and he does the RVD Rolling Thunder, I think on the glass or something, and then he brings the camera to him, and then he says, "Look at this. This is Road Class, Cry Me a River." Clearly a shot at Punk, knowing he's in Gorilla because he's about to start the show against Samoa Joe. Did that rhyme? I didn't want it to rhyme, but it rhymed, I think. And then after his match, he goes into Gorilla, and then Punk's like, "Do you have anything to say?" And apparently Jack Perry didn't back down. Punk shoves him. Jack Perry shoves him back, and then Punk had him in the front face lock, and yeah, they got separated. Mind you, Tony Khan is in Gorilla, and apparently some monitors fell on him, and it's just chaos in Gorilla with him there. And Samoa Joe tries to play peacemaker, and finally they get separated. Apparently Punk didn't even want to go out for his match, and he said like things like, I hate it here," and just a mess. And yeah, apparently Punk didn't want to have the match, so Samoa Joe, tries to talk to him because he wants to have a match, and tries to talk to him, calm him down, and have the match. It's a good match, and Jack Perry left the building before Punk had his match. Punk have the match. Punk goes to his dressing room, as a security guard if it would be better if he leaves, and he ended up leaving, going to his hotel room. Now, the first incident in terms of Jack Perry wanting to use Road Class and Punk saying no, I never thought that was like all this over the fact that Punk didn't let this guy use Road Class, and that's fine. That's fine. He doesn't use Road Class, and the thing with Punk, it's the reaction for me, because sure, Jack Perry goes out there, says something stupid he shouldn't have said, taking a shot at Punk. But it's not that big a deal for him to not only shove him, put in a front face lock, and it's just creating chaos on a night that was the biggest wrestling show of all time. the thing we talk about, what most people are talking about right now, is this whole Punk incident. And it was all avoidable and unnecessary. And for a guy that wants to call himself a locker room leader, for a guy that said he's the one professional working with a bunch of children, he sure acted like one here. Because this was all unnecessary. Even the thing he did after Collision and cut that stupid promo on Hangman, which again was unnecessary unless it was going to be a work leading to something, which it was not. What was the point of that? There was no point. And again, for a person that was defending him with the whole Young Bucks situation and the Elite last year, and I was still supporting for that because I don't think that was his fault last year, but all these incidents, he's the one guy that seems to be in all of them, and I think it might be time for him to just leave the company. Tony Khan, brother, grow a pair and fire this man. He needs to start setting a precedent because there has been rumors of Sammy getting into fights, Eddie Kingston getting into fights, all this garbage, bro. What's worse is this happened right in front of him. They clearly don't fear the guy, no respect, and I sort of feel bad for Tony. But they just don't respect him, and he needs to stop putting his foot down and really start acting like a boss. Stop trying to be their friend and act like a boss. Punk needs to be fired. If I'm Tony Khan, and obviously Collision is Punk's show and he is the draw for that show, but at some point you gotta set a precedent that this will not be tolerated. This cannot happen. It makes not only Tony Khan look like just irrelevant and look like he doesn't run. It's like he doesn't run. It's like he's not the boss. It's like Punk can do whatever he wants, which he can, clearly can. This would not fly in WWE, and Punk knows it. He knows he can get away with this shit here. And again, I don't know where Punk goes because they might take him back because they might think they need him, and they probably do for the ratings. That's the whole point of All Out being in Chicago, and now that he's not there, and if he doesn't appear in Chicago, it's a long day because CM Punk chants throughout different matches, they're going to be there because that Chicago crowd is not going to take well to not having CM Punk on the card. So again, Tony needs to set a precedent and give Jack Perry a huge warning for his part in this. But again, the reaction from CM Punk was so unprofessional and not needed. He could have simply said to Jack that, okay, I have a match. I'm going to go out there, take care of business. But when I get back, you better be in your locker room. We're going to go there and handle it like men, face to face, and talk about it. There was no need to escalate it. No need. And Punk, again, I've defended him for as long as I could, but this is outrageous. You can't act like this and try and call yourself a locker room leader, a veteran, a mentor for these young superstars. You just can't do it. His ego is too big. It's just too big. So, but Tony's he's got to fire him. For me personally, he's got to fire him, let him go. And I don't know where Punk goes. And it really could be, Punk is not happy in AEW, but won't quit because, he's not going to, lose the $6 million he's due to earn. So, he's not going to quit. He's not going to leave that money. So maybe he's trying to get fired. I don't know. But this it can't keep on happening. It just can't keep on happening because for me personally, whatever I think of that show, it was a huge show in front of a record audience, and people put their bodies on the line and try their best to entertain the fans. And for a lot of the people that like that stuff and like the style of wrestling AEW has, they enjoyed it. But again, what everybody's talking about is CM Punk. It's been all about Punk, and we'll see what happens. We'll see if Tony's man enough to fire this man. We shall see. We'll see what happens with CM Punk. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Peace.